Hey guys, this is Ashe Kang, Horizon Esports, and I'm joined by Gala, the bot laner of LNG, after they do go against Weibo Gaming on the quarterfinals of 2024 World Championship. Hey Gala, thank you so much for making time after a difficult series. How are you doing right now?
就感觉好像就是感觉结束了吧，然后赛前没有想到会输吧，然后感觉今天自己没有发挥好吧。
So, what I'm thinking for this moment has all come into an end. To be honest, before today's game, we didn't think like we're going to lose this game. But I think for today, I didn't manage to showcase my own skills. I didn't perform so good on stage.
LNG progressed to the quarterfinals as a 3-0 team, and perhaps this showed that LNG was very good, but some LNG fans were worried because LNG wasn't able to play game for a very long time. So how did you try to prepare leading up to the quarterfinals?
我们就是其实在训练态中练习一些尽可能多样的阵容吧，然后其实也练习了非常多，然后今天有的对手也进行了针对单调嘛，然后就是进入到了一些可能平时我们没有练习到特别多的阵容，然后我觉得然后我们今天的发挥也没有特别好，所以输掉了比赛。
Although we didn't play on stage, but we still have so many scrims, and we really practice a lot. For the scrims, we tried out like so many different like drops or compositions as well. But for today's game, yeah, definitely the opponent they also ban out our cards, some cards, and we need to pick some champions that we didn't manage to practice so much today. And I think for our performance, we didn't manage to showcase a very good performance as well. So that could be the reason why we didn't get the victory.
Because there is so many debate on this, and there are opinions on both sides on whether progressing to the quarterfinals on 3-0 is actually a good thing, because I've heard even some Genji players, for example, say, maybe we need to make sure that we get the right practice because we're not going to get a lot of match time. What do you think about this subject, if that is okay?
我觉得可能确实有些英雄要自己亲身在比赛中经历了才知道是好或者坏吧，然后平时训练赛的时候可能确实有点感觉不出来。
Yeah, so maybe for some certain champions, you really need to play on stage and you know like whether it's a good pick or not. So maybe for some champions in the scrims, it's very hard to tell whether the result is good or not.
And from the Weibo gaming side, they try to disrupt the meta a lot with very different bans as well as picks. Which pick do you think really surprised you from Weibo's side, for example?
首先他们对寒冰的预选级特别高嘛，然后其实是我们赛前没有特别想到的，然后其次的就是一些他们打野会经常选入一些像大树这种大树阿姆或者这种平时没有特别多的没有见到比较少的英雄。
So first of all, they really put Ashe on very high priority. We didn't have this kind of aspect or the aspect that they're going to put this champion on very high priority. And also for the jungler champion choices, they also have so many like Maokai and Amumu. These are kind of champions. We didn't like manage to face against of those champions like so many times previously.
And Gala, you mentioned earlier in the interview you're kind of regretful for your performance. In which way, like, do you still kind of feel regret today, if that is okay?
觉得自己在游戏里还是有的时候会因为一些有些着急的影响，其实还是就包括就是今天玩镜的时候，我觉得可能大招放的不是很好吧，然后经常会有些着急，然后技能就有点乱按了，对。
So maybe from the in-game content, sometimes I'll be like too rushed inside the game. For example, like this champion Jin, I feels like for some ultimate, I didn't manage to use it so good, and also we kind of too rushed in the game tempo.
Gala, I know that you've been coming to Worlds so many times, and you wanted more than anyone else to make it to the semifinals, and we also know that you worked very hard. How important was it for you to make it to the semifinals this time around?
首先大家可能觉得，之前来然后都是成绩没有特别好嘛，所以，大家会觉得，我会目标是突破8强，但其实，从第一次来或者开始，我的目标其实就是一直是冠军，对，然后其实我对突破8强这个没有太大的执念，我只想拿冠军。
So maybe from previously we didn't manage to perform so good in World's tournament. People may say like, yeah, our goal is just to be able to qualify to the semifinals. But for me, as a pro player, from the very beginning, from my first time to be here at World Championship, my goal is always maintain the same, which is the final trophy, which is to be the champion. So to be honest, I don't have like a very thought thinking about like qualify to the semifinals. My goal is always the one, the champion.
If you had to give a rough prediction, who do you think is going to win the World Championship?
感觉真的很难说，因为平时我们训练赛的时候，其实每个对手都有打过，感觉大家的实力都没有说差很多，然后感觉都是比赛中也都是有机会的。我感觉，现在让我说一个的话，我真的说不出来。
So for me, it's really hard to tell because we have faced off against those teams, like most of them, like in the scrims, and we feels like there's no like, very distinguished like the ability gap between all the teams. All the teams got the potential to win, and also they got the potential maybe be caught by the other teams. So it's very hard for me to make any prediction.
Because Genji Pei said he really wanted to meet you. He's like there was the one AD carry that he wanted to meet. Was there any AD carry that you really wanted to meet but didn't get the chance?
其实来到世界赛，我反正其实是非常喜欢认识别的赛区或者说别的队伍的选手嘛，就尤其是 AD 选手，所以也非常想跟他们认识。然后很可惜，很难这次不能在比赛中见面了嘛。然后希望下一次可以在世界赛中再见。
So in World Championship, in the international tournaments, I also like to maybe meet someone else, the players from different regions, different teams, especially for the 80 players. So I like to meet them and make friends with them as well. So I feel so sad like for PES we can't like face against of each other on stage. So hopefully next time, the next World Championship, we can see each other.
Thank you so much for the interview. And do you have a message not only to the Chinese fans, but also for the international fans? Because just like you want to meet other international AD carries, the Western fans also love to see like the LPL and LCK and all the different AD carries. They came to love you, so do you have any message to them? Thank you so much.
非常感谢今年一直以来支持我还有李宁的粉丝吧。然后今天非常对不起，然后让大家失望了。然后我的职业生涯还没有结束，然后请大家期待以后的我。
So thank you all for keep supporting LNG for this whole year. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But unfortunately, I feel so sorry that disappoint you guys today. But my career as a pro player is not going to come into the end. So hopefully in the future, let's looking forward to an even better gala. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you
you.
next year. Thank
you.
you.